God damn, my boy, your ass like Mark Zuckerberg. Your ass ugly as hell, boy. Your ass look like a tampon. Your ass look like a baby bird. Boy, your ass look like a head with 2 AirPods in it. Boy, your ass ugly as hell. Let me zoom in on you. Come here, boy. Boy, your ass. You look like the exit door head ass. Hey, look. You look like Cluck Cluck Duck. Up Chuck, come a loo.
Everyday thing, it's an everyday thing, it's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
If you are on these dating apps, or if you're considering downloading a dating app, let me stop you in your tracks, bitch. Cause baby, buckle up for a ride. So I think enough time has passed for me to tell this embarrassing ass story. And before I start, I don't want to hear shit about your judgment. I don't care. I don't care. Okay? So let's get into the story. Downloaded BLK. I'm thinking, okay, that's all I want to date is a black man. But ever since my dating experience on that app, I think I'm an equal opportunity lover, baby. Okay? Let's start there. So I matched with this guy. I go to his profile. His profile is chef's kiss. But the first red flag that stuck out to me was the fact that his daughter was in a lot of his pictures. So I'm like, you know, I come from being a single mom. Like, I come from a single mother, and I am a single mother. So, like, I could respect a man that loves his child. You know what I'm saying? I'm just not sure I would post a picture like that on a dating app of me and my child. But, like, you know, thank you for letting me know you got a kid. Your daughter means a lot to you, and that I can tell that, obviously, from her being on your profile. All right, cool. So we get to talking in the DMs or whatever the case may be. The vibes is vibing. Like, he's like, you know what? Like, let me get your number. All right, cool. So we exchange numbers. It's second red flag. And I'm sorry if this offends anybody, but it was a green bubble. And I'm like, God damn. Fuck. But I'm looking for love. I'm not looking for a pen pal. I'm not looking for a face pound buddy. So, all right, cool. We find out other ways to communicate. So we talking, we vibing. We have so much in common. Number one, we're both Tauruses. Our children are Tauruses. Me and my son are 11 days apart. Him and his daughter are 11 days apart. So we fell in love. Baby, we fell in love, okay? We eat the same foods. He's a chef. I'm a foodie. This is gonna work. This is gonna work. This is the love of my life, okay? And let's talk about it. Face card never declined. He's handsome. You feel me? I'm like, I could see us doing this. So every day we talking, and he's just, we're like finding more synchronicities with each other. We got tons of siblings. Like, it's just so many similarities. Ladies, please do not fall in love with potential, or please do not fall in love based on common interest. I promise you. It's the strangest thing in the world that you could ever do, because there's so many layers to a person outside of like the similarities y'all have that you have to get to know, and I'm gonna get into it, okay? I have a hard time with this. So I tend to fall in love with single fathers. My last relationship was with a single father, and I respect men who are able to take their child under their wing and raise them without a woman in the household, especially if it's a girl. So that just gave me like a certain level of respect for him that other men couldn't equate to. You know what I'm saying? So, lesson learned, stop falling for these men who are single fathers, because they ain't shit too. Anyway, so back to the story. Here's red flag number 3. He told me he was a sous chef. And I'm like, all right, cool. But when we would text, it was constant communication. So here go my stupid stuff. I gotta Google what a sous chef is, because I'm like, if you cooking, it's unsanitary to always have your phone in your hand. So I'm like, let me Google what a sous chef is. So I Google what a sous chef is, and basically, like, they're the executive chef in the kitchen that oversee everybody else and make sure, like, the food that's plated is properly done before it goes out to the customer. All right, cool. So I'm like, okay, I could see how he's so expressive and able to answer text messages so fast. Benefit of the doubt. I've never worked in the kitchen. Have you? Okay, so I wasn't thinking that far. But one day, he tells me he's about to start a new job. It's better opportunities. The schedule is better. It's closer to home for him and his daughter. And I'm like, yo, that's perfect. Because he was traveling like 2 hours to commute to work. And I'm like, yo, that's perfect. I know how it is to pick up a kid from elementary school and how much of a struggle it can be for childcare. So I'm like, yeah, like, I'm wishing you the best, you know, praying for you, whatever, whoop-de-whoop. He calls me from the job. And he's like, I have to do all these trainings and stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, do what you got to do. He was like, but they playing in my face. They trying to tell me they going to give me a lower wage than what they was going to give me. So I ain't feeling it. So I'm like, all right, you know, let's weigh out the pros and the cons. Mind you, I'm at work. Why are you calling me? But I'm anything for my man, right? Even though he wasn't my man. So I'm like, let me help him figure this out. So we do the pros and the cons. And we like, yo, like, pretty much, what are you going to do? So I'm like, call me back when you figure out what you're going to do. Because regardless, you're employed. Like, that's all that matters. You got a kid. He calls me back. He ends up at Starbucks. So I'm like, how did you get to Starbucks like that quick? So he was like, oh, whatever. You know me. I drink coffee all day. That's how I'm able to stay up with these long hours at work. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So he calls me back. He's still at Starbucks. So I'm like, hours later, why are you still at Starbucks? All right, cool. Whatever. That's none of my business. So then he calls me like an hour later. He's like, yo, I'm about to go to the studio. So I'm like, okay, no problem. Where's the studio? In Harlem. Okay, cool. All right, cool. You a rapper. All right, fine. You know, the hustle is there. I see it. I'm a hustler too, baby. I'm a hustler. I'm a hustler, homie. I get it. Do your big one. But just don't let me hear no whack shit or we're going to have a problem. So he calls me back that night. I'm asleep. Dead sleep to the world. He was like, yo, I think I'm come see you tomorrow. So I'm like, in my mind, we never met. So I'm like, you're not coming to see me. We're going out to eat or something. You're not getting my address. You're not knowing where I live. Like, this, all of this is cute. But I use my mata, you feel me? I use my brain. So I'm like, oh, let's go out for breakfast. Like, you know, whatever. Let's do something cute. Let's go out for breakfast. You love coffee, right? Let's go have a like nice little cute coffee date. Like, all right, bet. This is where things go awry. I get a strange text message from a number I never saw before, and it was a YouTube link. I'm like, oh, these scammers they're upgrading their tactics, and I'm not with the bullshit. So I didn't open the link, I didn't touch it, I did nothing. I get a phone call an hour later. Babe, you saw that text message I sent you? I said, that was you that texted me from that 646 number? I was like, okay, this is the first time I'm hearing of you having two phones. But no, I didn't look at it. So he's like, look at it while we're on the phone, look at it. So I'm like, all right, cool. I look at the video. This man is on the public MTA New York City bus harassing a Caucasian man. Like trolling in real life, like on the bus. Camera in the man's face on the bus. I said, you know you're black, right? And you know he's Caucasian, right? And you know, I don't think this is funny. You're harassing this man. He like, babe, I'm go viral. I'm like, yeah, no, I don't like this. I instantly get scared. Because now I don't know you. I never knew you, but now I don't know you. So I'm instantly nervous. So now in my mind, oh, I'm never meeting you. I'm never linking you. No breakfast. I don't care if it's daylight savings outside and the sun is at the highest point in the sky. I don't care if it's golden hour. I'm not meeting you nowhere, no place, anytime. That was red flag. I done ran out of the flags. It's turning into the Olympics at this point, right? So remember when I said I went to the studio the night before, he was drinking. All right, cool. So fast forward the next day, I told y'all he texted me from a weird number. All right, cool. I watched the YouTube video, highly disappointed, had to put him in his place, told him about himself because why are you bothering these people on their way to work, sir? Like, what are you doing? Like, when I tell y'all it was bad, he was telling this man he was going to throw coffee on him. Like, I'm telling y'all, trolling him in real life. He's like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Fight me? I'll beat your ass. Like, it was bad.
We need that YouTube video.
I got second-hand embarrassment over the phone from watching it. Mind you, I'm watching it in live time while I'm on the phone with him. And I'm reading him for filth. Yeah. Because you don't do stuff like that around me. I'm not one of the people that condone bullshit. So I'm just like, why would you do that to that man? Anyway, moving forward. So he hangs up. He's like, all right, cool, whatever. It's too much going on where I'm at right now. I'm going to call you back. I bet it is. So time has passed by. Maybe about 10, 15 minutes. He texts me from his actual number. He's like, my phone was dead. So send me your address. I'm like, I'm not sending you my... I left him sitting right there because you're not getting my address. So he calls me an hour later. And he's like, yo, why you ain't send me your addy yet? So I'm like, oh no, because I'm trying to figure out if you're okay. Like, you know, just making an excuse. I'm just trying to make sure you're okay. I don't know why I picked up this man's phone call. I really don't know why. But I had to, I guess I was doing it for the plot. I don't know. I don't know why I picked up. So, when he called me back to get my address or whatever the case may be, he starts arguing with somebody in the background. So I'm like, yo, what's up with you? Like, you all right? So he hang up. He like, yo, I'm about to, oh my God, I left out a part. The night before, when he called me and he was saying he was on his way home from the studio, it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. He was arguing with somebody at the bus stop. He was like, yo, my nigga, stop staring at me before I come over there and really do you. So I'm like, what is going on? So this man is pretty much has anger issues, which is to be expected from a Taurus. So I'm peeping this. Keep in mind. So now he's arguing with somebody in the store. So I'm like, yeah, I don't have time for this. Call me back, whatever, we'll do. In my mind, I'm still not meeting you. He don't know that though, whatever. So when we hung up, something was in me was just like, go back to that YouTube video. So I go back to the YouTube video and something tells me to click on his picture. I go to his YouTube page. It's like 4 of them videos of him trolling people all that morning.
I gotta see this YouTube.
He gets in the public subway and is putting the phone this close to people's face. And I'm noticing a trend. He's only picking on certain people of a certain community, of a certain race. You know who to play with like that. Because if it was me, I would have called the cops. I would have been a Karen. I would have called the cops. I'm like, yo, what is... So I'm like, yeah, he's off his rocker. He's bonkers. Like, something is wrong. Like, this man has some type of mental something going on. Something. Because this just not making sense. Y'all. He calls me back. This time, another hour later. I'm on the couch just thinking over my actions, and I'm just like, how did you let this happen? How did you let this happen? You've been single for 14 months, on your own, doing your big one, minding your business, drinking your water, losing weight. Why did you let somebody like this into your life? Like, you played. So I'm beating myself up on the couch when he called me. He called me. I'm like, yo, what's up? He's like, you still need something to add, whatever. But he like, babe, I got something to tell you. So I'm like, got something to tell me? I'm like, you ain't got nothing to tell me, but whatever. Next thing you know, I hear, hold on. He clicks back over. I'm hearing a third person. So I'm like, is this nigga trying to tell me he's married or something? Because at this point, go back to your wife. I hear a dispatcher say, are you still there? We're sending the vehicle for you now. Vehicle. So he like, are you going to send me one for my wheelchair? Or why are you sending me a van? Are you sending it for my wheelchair? So I'm like, wheelchair? So he starts laughing. He's like, nah, I'm playing. I said, you've been doing a lot of playing this morning, and I really don't have time for it. So I hear the lady say, all right, the vehicle will be there in a couple minutes to come pick you up. So not only is he trolling me, he's trolling her, he's trolling the people around him, he's yelling at the man at the hot dog stand that he didn't give him his cash, and he's trying to play with him, and where's my change? I'm just like, what? What is happening right now? So he gets in the vehicle, and I'm like, are you kidding me right now? I said, did you just call a rehab facility? He like, yeah, babe, I gotta go to rehab. I got a drinking problem. I can't keep doing this. I can't keep doing this to myself. I said, keep? I said, so when was you gonna tell me you had a drinking problem? This man gonna say, I told you. No, the fuck you did. No, you did not. So I'm like, yo. I said, so you're on your way to rehab right now? He's like, yeah, they coming to get me. You heard the lady say, the dispatcher say that they coming to get me in 10 minutes. So I'm like, how could you just make an impulsive decision like this? And this is when he told me he'd had a drinking problem. And that he told me. And I'm like, you didn't tell me that because I wouldn't have talked to you. I promise you I wouldn't have. So we having back and forth banter, back and forth. We just talking at this point. So he's like, babe, I gotta do this for us. We gonna get an apartment. Me, you, his daughter name I ain't gonna say, my son name. I gotta do this for us. I gotta get right for us. We gonna get an apartment together. We gonna live in Harlem. He had this weird obsession with Harlem. Mind you, he's not from Harlem. He's not even from New York. So now I gotta play my part. I gotta play the distraught girlfriend that never met her boyfriend. He's like, yo, you the love of my life. We gonna do this together. I'm doing this for the kids. I'm doing this for us. If I don't take care of myself, how am I gonna be good for y'all? How am I gonna be able to pay all the bills? And I'm just like, babe, why? Why didn't you tell me? I could have helped you. Why are you doing this to us? Why are you doing this to us? So this man, he gets in the van. He's bothering the driver. They drive him all the way to Coney Island. He gets out the cab multiple times. He's like, I'm about to get me a Four Loko. I'm going to get me a Mango Rita. I said, you're still drinking? I'm confused. So now I'm mad. Because you're playing in my face. Now I'm mad. So now this is entertainment for me. Now I'm mad. So I'm like, why would you be drinking? I thought you was trying to get better for us. What happened? He's like, if I'm going to rehab, why? If I'm going to rehab, I might as well get it out my system. So I'm like, your way of thinking is crazy. That's like me saying, let me binge my food before I go on a weight loss journey. That don't make sense. Like, just stop. It's a problem at this point. Just stop. So he's like, I'm like, yo, who else knows about this? I can't be the only one who has this information, this pertinent information. I cannot be the only person with this information. Who else knows about this? I said, where's your mother? Where's your sisters? Where these 15 sisters you claim you got? Where's these people at? So he dials in his mama. Mind you, never met the man, but I'm on the phone with his mama. I'm doing better than I have been in a lot of relationships that I was actually in. I met the nigga mama over the phone before we even met. So in that regard, baby,
Another red flag.
he was doing something, but whatever. So he calls his mother and she's like, she calls him his nickname. Why do you keep doing this to yourself? I'm like, oh, this nigga really got a problem. All right, that cool. So I explained the situation to his mother. She starts breaking down a bunch of stuff. The daughter don't live with him, haven't lived with him in the past 2 years. She all the way in a whole nother state. I'm just like, what? Everything is a lie? So every time he hangs up with me, I'm just getting the inkling to like look into this man. So I pay like $10 to do a background research on him because at this point I'm hearing too much red flags and I'm just curious to see what this man's background is like between the things that I've heard from his mom, which I'm about to tell you, and the energy and his actions that he's displaying over the phone. So I can only imagine what FaceTime would have been like if this man would have had an iPhone. But like I told y'all, he got Android. So stick with me. The cab driver drops him off at the facility, and now he's having second thoughts. So, baby, you're not going to have no second thoughts with me on this phone after I done heard all this foolishness that you've been doing. So, no, you're going to the place. You're going. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So now I'm using the whole family ploy thing to him. Like, oh, yeah, you got to do this for us. You got to do this for your family. We love you. We want you to be good. We want you to be safe. We want you to take care of yourself. We don't want you to have any problems. So when we move into this apartment, you'll be okay. All right?
What?
So I'm using that. I'm using that to my advantage, and it's kind of like working. So he's like, all right, babe, you know what? You're right. I'm just going to stay here for a few minutes. I'm about to go inside now. Let me figure it out. So he hangs up. So I call his mom. I give his mother the update. I'm like, you know what? Let me pick this lady brain because now I need to see. So now she's telling me how he has no custody of his daughter. He hasn't had custody of his daughter in the last 2 years. And I'm like, Okay. So then she also tells me that he just recently got out of the hospital. I'm like, Strangely enough, he's always telling me he's at work. She's like, oh no, he doesn't have a job. He's been in the hospital for months. He has cysts on his brain, spots on his liver. It's a whole lot of going on.
Damn.
Eyes was yellow, skin yellow, jaundice kind of thing going on. I'm like, oh! So his liver is fried, is what you're telling me, from this drinking. Because when he was in that car, he told me he had a full bottle of Tito's, a full bottle of Casamigos, and some other stuff in between. And I'm like, you mean you share this with the people at the studio? He's like, no. I drank this all by myself, which is why I need to check into rehab, because I have a problem. I said, oh, you have a problem? Interesting. So let's go back to the conversation I had with his mom. So she's like, yeah, I wouldn't be shocked if his time living in Far Rockaway, when he had a friend that passed away, if he didn't try every drug in the book. I'm like, oh, so she was like, yeah, you know, anything. I wouldn't be shocked if he didn't try it. And I'm like, wow, okay, addictive personality. I see. Okay, cool. So we hang up. I give her the update. Okay, he went into rehab. Hopefully he'll be contacting you soon because I'm done. I have a son. This is too much for me. This is too much for you, apparently, because you done gave up and relinquished your rights a long time ago, baby. So I feel you on that. So he gets to the rehab. I get a phone call from the rehab. I pick up. I don't know why I'm still picking up phone calls at this point, but I pick up.
Again.
And
Just
I'm hearing
stop
a
it.
bunch of screaming, commotion, yelling. Why the F would y'all send me all the way to Coney Island if y'all wasn't going to take me, if y'all ain't have no more intakes for the day? Y'all knew what time I called the cab, why the cab took this long to get here, and I get here and y'all telling me y'all can't take me to tomorrow. So I'm drunk right now. Like, this is why I'm here, because I got a problem. Y'all sending me away. So I'm trying to calm him down. He like, you know what? Speak to my wife. Imaginary pearls, because who is your wife? Not me, not I, sir. So I get on the phone with the intake nurse. She's like, listen, we cannot take him. It's after hours. You know, he can come back tomorrow. We can send him to a place to detox overnight, and then he can come back tomorrow. But as of right now, we cannot take him. So I'm trying to explain this to him. He don't want to hear nothing. So I'm hearing him yelling at the security guard, like, what are you looking at? You want me to F you up and all of this? So I'm like, oh, my God, now he's about to fight security. So they trying to calm him down. And I'm like, it's a lot going on. So y'all call me when y'all figure that out. That is not my husband. Stop calling him my husband. And y'all figure that out. But I'm hanging up. So I hung up. About 20 minutes later, I get a call from the person that oversees, like, the intake nurses, the head nurse. And he's like, oh, we're calling the cops to have him apprehended because he has physically attacked our security guard and has chased him around a parked car.
Why are y'all calling her?
Oh, yeah. This is far beyond my reach. I said, once again, I'm not his wife. I have no affiliation with that man. Stop calling me. Yeah, I'm done. I'm done.
I ain't even met him.
So upon looking this man up, I never got the chance to, like, fully get the full report on him. I paid the whole $10, the whole shebang, because I wanted the tea, okay? And what these calls going back and forth, like, it was just too much going on that I didn't even care about the report no more. But I'm pretty sure, like, you know, there was some type of, like, violence on there because this man is apparently violent. So they kick him out. I get a phone call a few hours later from a local supermarket in the area. I don't got nowhere to go tonight. They put me out. They called the cops. I had to leave. Whoop-de-whoop. I'm like, yeah, you're doing a lot. You're doing a lot. So you need to find somewhere to go tonight or whatever. I'm like, that hotel you called me from, go back to that hotel. Go back for the night because you spent your money already. Like, go figure out your way there. I get a phone call the next morning. I hit doop, doop, doop in the back. So I'm like, okay, he's at the hospital. He's safe. All right, cool. So we recalling all the details from the day before. And he's like, well, I said that. What? Oh, my God. I'm like, yeah, I spoke to your mom. She gave me the tea. He's like, damn, she just put all my business on Front Street. You didn't put all your business on Front Street. So somebody had to do it. So now I'm telling him, like, I'm not even mad. But we can just be, you know, we could just go about our separate ways. Like, this is done. This is a lot for me. A person with a kid, like, you know, you should have more respect for the fact that I have a child and to put me in a situation like this. And now he's like, oh, you're kicking me when I'm down and everybody always leaves me and whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. And I said, oh, you're not going to gaslight me into staying into the situation. You're absolutely out of your mind and you must still be drunk. I said, I'm not doing this with you. I'm sorry. I really do apologize. But I'm going to be like those other women and I'm going to leave. His mom calls me a few days later. Fast forward. His mom calls me a few days later. And she's like, remember all the things I said about him trying different drugs? Like, I don't know that for sure. That's just things that I've heard. I said, oh, you're not going to gaslight me as well. He must have called you, chewed you up, and spit you out. And now you want to call and do damage control. It's not happening over here, sis. You yourself told me to leave your son alone. And that's exactly what I intend on doing. So why are you calling me? Maybe about 2 days later, I get a phone call from him. Blocked. A voice message. Alexis, I miss you, girl. Pick up the phone. Call me back. Alright, 1. This is by far the craziest experience I've ever had with someone that I've never met before. This was a lot. This was a lot. And if he sees this video, I pray he got the help he needed. But stay far away from me, baby. I don't want no parts. Okay? I don't want no parts.
God damn, my boy, your ass like Mark Zuckerberg. Your ass ugly as hell, boy. Your ass look like a tampon. Your ass look like a baby bird. Boy, your ass look like a head with 2 AirPods in it. Boy, your ass ugly as hell. Let me zoom in on you. Come here, boy. Boy, your ass. You look like the exit door head ass. Hey, look. You look like Cluck Cluck Duck. Up Chuck, come aloo. Boy, your ass ugly as hell.
There is
God damn.
6, train 2.
You look like you got licked by a chicken.
Please stand away from the platform edge.
Boy, your ass ugly as hell. You got a half a
Train will not stop
You
at
got a
this station.
3.5.
Please stand away from the platform edge.
Boy, your ass
The
ugly as
next
hell.
uptown
What you gonna do, hit me?
6, train 2, Pelham Bay Park
If you hit me,
will
boy,
arrive
you a die.
in
I
4
swear.
minutes.
Oh my God, look at him. God damn.
You're pathetic.
I'm pathetic?
Yeah. Find something better.
Look like pathetic ate an edible.
Yeah.
You like a bald eagle.
Thank you. What are you?
Me? I'm a real nigga. On King David. God damn, boy. Your ass look like a acoustic guitar. Hey, now come back here. Bald eagle. Bald eagle. Hey, bald eagle. Caca! 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 Oh, King David. Your ass ugly as hell, boy. So looking. Where is Harvey Dent? Where is Harvey Dent? Yo, your ass like Harvey Dent, boy. Yo, swear to God, your ass like Harvey Dent, boy. I'm gonna cook your ass the whole way we on this ride, boy. Better hope that Starbucks stay hot. Cause I'm gonna cook your ass, boy. Hey, yo, zip up your sweater like a man, boy.
That's all sweet.
Hey, yo, you just deep-throated a coffee cup, nigga.
Please exit
Hey,
the rear
pause.
door.
Pause, my.
The daughter did in fact not live in New York City at this point, because I do remember him telling me that she did not like being in New York City. It was too fast-paced for her. She was so used to Minnesota, so she went back to move with his sister. But when I spoke to his mom, and I'm like, okay, what sister does she live with? She told me she does not live with my daughter, which was one of many. She lives with her sister with an adopted family. So I'm like, wow. So everything was a lie, even down to where the little girl lived was a lie. Like I just couldn't believe it. So yeah, whole time she lived in Minnesota. The goal was for him to stay back in New York City, stack his bread, stack his money, so that way he can get a bigger apartment in a better school district for her to go to school and feel more comfortable. And all of that was a lie, as you guys already know. When he was in the hospital and we finally had our conversation and I was able to press him about the information that was provided to me by his mom, and that he personally told me out his own mouth when he was a drunk, belligerent fool, I asked him for his address, because I just felt like everything is a lie at this point. So I'm just, now, since I'm doing it for the plot, let me get all the information I need. So he gives me this address and I look it up, and it's like in it's in a industrial area in the Bronx. Like it looked like a place where you drop like those shipping containers in Dexter. I'm like, so you gonna keep lying to me, not telling me the truth? Because I googled this address and there's no residential area nowhere near here. Not even a block radius away. He's like, I swear to God, that's where I live. I swear to God, you want to see some mail? You want to see some mail when I come out the hospital? You want to see some mail? You want to see my ID? I said, this is not even a shelter. So if you're going to lie correctly, baby, make sure you send me an actual address, that someplace, somewhere someone can live. This looks like an office or headquarters to a shipping container company. The lies just kept coming and kept coming. And I was like, you know what? I'm no longer doing this for the plot. I don't even care anymore. You're a bozo. Get your life together and stay away from me at this point, because it was just too much. It was too much. Like, the plot thickened too much to the point where I couldn't keep up. Okay, baby? So I had to go. I had to dip out. Oh my God, y'all. It is the next morning and I'm remembering more important and pertinent details. Okay? So the reason why I was sticking around on these phone calls every time he was calling me, because he did in fact tell me the reason why he got so pissy poor drunk. The reason why he was drinking that particular day and went to the studio is because he was in his feels. And the reason why he was in his feels is because, remember when I told y'all about the job, giving him lower wages and him being closer to home? All of that was for the purpose of him being closer to home to be able to take care of his daughter when she comes back to the city. So I said, if you don't want to take lower wages and you're more than comfortable traveling 2 hours to commute to work, what you need to do is call your daughter and make sure she is really dead set on coming back to the city. Because if she doesn't want to be here, you changing jobs is not the problem if she didn't like the school. So he's like, all right, I'm going to call her and I'm going to call you back. When he called me back, he mentioned nothing about the daughter. He mentioned nothing about speaking to her. He told me, okay, she gets out of school at a certain time. I think Minnesota is a different time zone from New York City. He was like, I'm going to call her when she get out of school. I think the next time we spoke, he told me he hadn't spoken to her yet. So at a point when he did speak to her, I guess is when he decided to go to the studio and drink 2 bottles of Casamigos and Tito's, right? So when he called me when he was in the Uber that day, and I'm like, yo, why did you do all of this? He was like, to be honest, I'm doing all this because she said she didn't want to come back home. And I feel like a bad father. So when his mother said what she said about the daughter, it triggered him. So that's the reason why, like, I felt kind of like emotionally connected a little bit, because I'm like, dang, like, he feel like he losing in life. And he kept saying that. It was like, oh, don't kick me while I'm down, don't kick me while I'm down. And I felt bad, like, you know, I don't know this man, but like, I felt bad, like your daughter saying she don't want to come live with you and you're her only real parent. It says a lot about you, because you can easily change your school, you can move, you can do whatever you need to do. So that I'm remembering things, y'all. Because when I say I pushed this all the way out of my frontal lobe, baby, it had to go. It had to go. But I'm remembering now.
What to do, everyday people, man? It's your boy PJ. Today we back with another lit video. Back in the confessional. Yes, we staying lit, big dog, man. Shout out to my everyday people who rock with me every day. Shout out to my player partner, Lucky Wheels of Deals. Your boy keeps it lit. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section, man. Hit the link down below. We got HiveMindLabs.com. You can unbag that back into super fat burners, man. We got the Moogs coffee, okay? Yeah, we about to do a special edition Everyday PJ cup coming real soon, and y'all can buy that on the site, okay? And we're gonna do something special for somebody, you know what I'm saying? So let's we're gonna do something with that. We're gonna really make it worth it, you know what I mean? We're not just gonna let y'all buy it. We're gonna make it go towards something, okay? Because like we gotta give back to the world, okay? So let's get it to it, big dog, man. Let me know what y'all think about this crazy situation in the comments. Now, I was looking for this YouTube video. Of course, she showed the video. I'm gonna put it in the video, but of course I had to take the sound out because it has some music in it. It don't have the original audio, but I want y'all to see it, and y'all can do whatever y'all will. I honestly tried to find a YouTube video. I couldn't find it, or she didn't post it in the comments, and I'm gonna do my best to try to find it, but if not, it's okay. You know, I'm kind of frustrated at this point, but crazy situation. You know, these dating apps is getting crazy. Every story about a dating app is Facebook dating, black dating app. Like, man, just, you know, Instagram is enough, okay? Twitter, TikTok is enough. That you don't need no dating app. Just get to know somebody through their social media, because that's where you see the fake them, but you're gonna see that on the dating app anyway. But at least you can build some rapport, and you ain't got to worry about like intentionally trying to meet somebody, because that's where everybody falls in like the messed up zone. Is everybody's on a dating app to intentionally find somebody, and you're really getting played. But that's just my opinion, you know, about dating apps, so don't do it. Anyway, this is a crazy situation. Like BLK, Plenty of Fish, like Tinder, you know, I'm gonna tell you, I had some bad experiences with Tinder. Like I never met anyone off of Tinder, but it just wasn't. It wasn't my deal. And then in Facebook dating, I accidentally got into that like a long time ago, and I quickly deleted that. I was like, and plus, like I don't want to see Facebook dating with people in Oklahoma City who I already could easily access. Like I didn't want to date y'all in the first place, and now y'all, I can see y'all on Facebook dating. Nah, that's crazy. Yeah, crazy situation. This was when dude said he talked about wife. I lost it. That was funny. Like, yeah, he was going through some things, and it's unfortunate that people be going through stuff like that, and we have to deal with that. And these people are out here running amok. But she was actually very kind to the person to even go as far as to like kind of make sure that he got in rehab, which like she played the role to get him there because she obviously saw that the man needed help and he needed a push. Though it did gaslight him, she did it for the right reason, and her intentions were pure from her heart. So shout out to her for that. But never meeting him was obviously the best idea that she could have. If she would have gave out her address, it would have been over for her. He would have been at her door all the time and wilding out. And that's why I want to see that YouTube video, because once she seen that, she should have been like, that should have told her, that was all the red flag I would have needed, you know what I mean, in any case, you know what I'm saying. And anybody who do a story time over somebody, like as far as dating, I would never, ever, ever date that person. Like me personally, I would, and you shouldn't either, because no, I'm not about to be part of your social media life, and no, you're not finna tell no story. That's crazy. Like, it's our entertainment, but when it comes to dating somebody, that's not personally, I'm a private person, not really, but I'm private. But like, I don't want my personal life out there. So like, these stories are good to know. I ain't saying that like you shouldn't tell them, but like, especially like just the random ones. Like this is a good one. You can actually date this woman and be like, fine, she's not gonna make a video about me unless I really, really messed up. But like, it's people that make these videos about dating somebody, and it's like sometimes they look kind of crazy. You look like a fool by even making a story time about a person. Even like that one girl I did a story time about, she's actively dating a guy, and she did a story time about him, and the crazy part is she still went back to him. So the fact that she made a story time about him, and she was dating him, and he was cheating on her, and all, it didn't make it wasn't a good look. But whatever, these are good. But yeah, dating apps is something else. Like I don't know. I would feel some type of way about anybody who's on the dating app. Just be like, okay, what are you on there for? Because like, you got a plethora of men on there, and you can have your pick and choose, and you still can't find the right one. But that just tells you like you're not gonna find the perfect person out there. And really, if you do, it's gonna be by chance, and it's not gonna be on a dating app. It won't be. People who do find love off dating apps, shout out to them. I just don't see it. And these stories are happening way too often. More and more. So, everyday people, let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll let you later. Peace.
Day and night. For some women, it can start working in as fast as one